Welcome to the ultimate recap of the King in Black storyline from Marvel Comics. In this video, we'll delve into the heart-pounding and epic tale of Venom as he faces off against his greatest foe yet, his own creator. Witness the shocking turn of events that sees Venom rise to become the ruler of all symbiotes, and the intense battles that ensue as he defends the Earth against the dark forces of Knull. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more exciting content like this. Get ready for an action-packed journey through the pages of this unforgettable Marvel event as we explore the story of Venom's incredible transformation into the king of all symbiotes. As Eddie Brock gazes out over the glittering Manhattan skyline, a sense of unease washes over him. He can feel it in his bones. Knull, the dark and malevolent king of symbiotes born from the primordial void that existed before the universe, is coming to Earth. Eddie's fears are confirmed when his son Dylan shares that he too senses Knull's imminent arrival. With no time to waste, Eddie transforms into Venom and contacts the Avengers to let them know about Knull's impending threat. Captain America, Iron Man, She-Hulk, and Captain Marvel immediately begin scanning for Knull's approach, while Iron Man turns derelict Kree and Skrull warships into a minefield. The action begins when thousands of symbiote dragons start to arrive, overwhelming the heroes. In a last-ditch effort, Iron Man detonates the warships, killing half of the Knull's army. The Avengers and the Fantastic Four arrive to combat the symbiote dragons, while Eddie places Dylan in a secure bunker that Spider-Man loaned to him. Meanwhile, the other heroes including Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage join the fight, using lightning to weaken the dragons. Unfortunately, Thor is unable to be reached, and the heroes are left with no other options. Thankfully, Professor X contacts the group and offers the aid of the X-Men, dispatching Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, Jean Grey, Cable, and Magneto to Washington Square Park. Storm uses her lightning powers to blast the symbiote dragons and provide some much-needed relief for the beleaguered heroes. As the battle rages on, Eddie pays a visit to the ruins of the spire that was once used as Dark Carnage's lair, where he notes that Knull will work to take control of the Venom symbiote again. Meanwhile, Doctor Strange uses every method at his disposal to call for reinforcements. However, things take a turn for the worse when one of the symbiote dragons swallows Doctor Strange, and Eddie warns everyone that Knull is coming with the symbiote-possessed Celestials Arishem the Judge and Tefril the Surveyor. Knull begins his search for the one called Brock. When Captain America gives the command to the other heavy hitter they enlisted, it turns out to be Sentry, an immensely powerful hero who is believed to be one of the strongest superheroes on Earth. He takes Knull into Earth's orbit and tries to do the same thing he once did to Carnage. However, Knull reverses the move, assimilating the Void into Sentry and breaking him. Venom and Captain America react to this as Iron Man urges them to retreat. Knull then proceeds to have his symbiote dragon form a sphere around Earth to cut it off from the sun, and has the living abyss swallow some of the superheroes, including Storm, which Professor X reacts to. With no other options, Eddie contacts Iron Man and informs him that he and the Venom symbiote are going to try a Hail Mary plan to buy Iron Man some time to come up with a plan to defeat Knull. As Venom, Eddie goes to confront Knull and offer his servitude to him. However, Knull is not interested in Eddie. Instead, he recognizes him as the one who killed Grendel and states that the Brock he is looking for is Dylan Brock. When Eddie begs for Knull to take him instead, Knull rips the Venom symbiote off him and absorbs it into his body, planning to absorb Dylan into him as well. Eddie is then dropped by Knull into the symbiote-covered streets below, where chaos reigns as Captain America, Daredevil, Doctor Strange, Iron Fist, Miss Marvel, Storm, and Thing are all possessed by the symbiotes. The air is thick with tension as Eddie Brock slams onto a car, his body critically injured. In a blink of an eye, Spider-Man appears to help him. But they're not alone. The Avengers have arrived, but something is different about them. Their eyes are black, and their movements are unnaturally jerky. Before Spider-Man can react, the Human Torch shoots a searing fire blast at them and tells him to take Eddie to the Fantastic Four lab for treatment, while sacrificing himself in the process. As Spider-Man carries Eddie's barely conscious body to the lab, he can't shake the feeling that something bigger is at play. He finds himself face to face with Valkyrie, who tells him that Eddie's life is hanging by a thread. Together with Eddie's son Dylan, they navigate through a maze of arguments and disagreements between Blade, Professor X, Magneto, and Black Panther, who are all trying to come up with a plan. The urgency in the room is palpable, and Spider-Man feels the weight of the situation. They need a miracle, and fast. Iron Man suddenly speaks up, proposing a plan that involves Namor, Blade, and even Mayor Wilson Fisk. The plan is risky, but they have no other choice. Iron Man takes control of a symbiote dragon using Extremis and brings it to the lab to heal Eddie. But things quickly spiral out of control. The symbiote starts attacking Eddie, and Dylan uses his powers to completely destroy it. As Reed Richards realizes that Dylan is their secret weapon, Eddie's condition takes a turn for the worse, and he flatlines. The room falls silent as everyone watches in horror, but Dylan refuses to give up. He musters all of his strength and taps into his power to try and bring his father back from the brink of death. Will he succeed, or is it already too late? Only time will tell as the fate of the universe hangs in the balance. Meanwhile, Silver Surfer glides through the charred remains of Knull's path of destruction. Invisible Woman and Blade are quickly overwhelmed by an army of symbiotes. Mr. Fantastic urgently calls for Spider-Man and Wolverine to escort Dylan Brock out to free the rest of the symbiote horde. As they arrive to aid their comrades, Dylan unleashes his power, freeing Captain America from his symbiote prison. However, Knull's relentless pursuit of Dylan continues, and just as all seems lost, the mighty Thor arrives on the scene. Together, Thor and Dylan manage to free more of the possessed heroes until Knull summons his symbiote-possessed Celestials, throwing the fight into chaos. In a desperate move, Iron Man deploys his Extremis-infected symbiote dragon, hoping to take control of the unstoppable Celestials. As Knull's grip on Dylan tightens, he plans to use the young boy's symbiote codex to gain ultimate control. But Dylan resists, unleashing a wave of power that frees Cyclops, Invisible Woman, Doctor Strange, Black Cat, and the Human Torch from their symbiote prisons. Doctor Strange then transforms into a more powerful form, leading the charge as the heroes push back against the overwhelming symbiote forces. With heavy damage being dealt by Namor, Thor, and Storm, Jean Grey uses her psychic powers to immobilize Knull, delving into his past and uncovering a stunning revelation. The only thing capable of taking down the god of the symbiotes is the god of light, also known as the Enigma Force. As Jean passes out from the strain, Silver Surfer appears. The Surfer quickly locates the Enigma Force, freeing it from the grasp of the symbiotes, causing Knull to reel in agony. In a final epic twist, Eddie Brock is chosen as the new Captain Universe, as the heroes stand ready for one last battle against the symbiote god. In a fierce battle between Silver Surfer and Knull, memories of their past fight resurface. Silver Surfer assumes a chrome form and transforms his surfboard into a sword, while Knull adapts his armor to better combat him. As the rest of the Avengers, Fantastic Four, and X-Men charge towards Knull to assist Silver Surfer, Venom arrives on the scene transformed into Captain Universe, announcing that he will take on Knull. Despite Knull's claims of having killed Venom many times before, he proves to be no match for Venom's battle axe, which he created by merging Mjolnir and Silver Surfer's surfboard into the shape of Venom's spider emblem. As Venom tears through the symbiote dragons, Knull sends a symbiote-controlled Celestial to aid him. But even this formidable opponent is no match for Venom's battle axe, and he easily beheads it. When Knull declares that the darkness is in Dylan, Venom rips off Knull's armor and flies into the sky, punching through the symbiote barrier around Earth. Knull warns that the void is eternal and the abyss has teeth, but Venom is undeterred, plunging his hand into the sun and using the unipower to vaporize Knull. Afterward, Eddie hears many voices celebrating their freedom from Knull, as the unipower informs him that he has become more than human. With the battle won, Venom rips the symbiote out of Dylan, while the unipower leaves Eddie. The Venom symbiote rebonds with Eddie, giving him dragon-like wings and making him the new nexus of the hive mind, the new god of the symbiotes, and the new king in black. Though the battle is over, Thor and Silver Surfer note that things will not return to normal anytime soon. As Venom and the hostless symbiotes and symbiote dragons fly away, the Venom symbiote translates the symbiote language to Eddie, informing him of his new status as the leader of the symbiotes.